welcome to my incredible little life. Dealer checking in with you right now. It is day 40, episode 40. I'm still astonished by this, guys. Like, it's been 40 days. It's always in my mind that at a certain point in time when it gets dark, it's time to shoot. It's like it's always in the room waiting for me to initiate it. It's a really, really good feeling because, I mean, I've said it multiple times by now, but I'm not a consistent person. I'm just trying to figure out what will be the next thing that I will like connect this to, and then we'll have the same type of consistency. I'm really, really excited for that. I've always told my little brothers, like, yo, you just have to start something. I've never been able to do it for myself, but I was always telling them, like, look, if you can just do one thing really well, you can translate that to anything, And I've always told them, I'm like, yo, like, I'm telling you that, but if you get it early, it's gonna help you and benefit you way more than you could ever expect. But I'm still going through it and trying to learn it myself. Going on with my day, late again this morning, but I'm starting to uncover what's going on, okay? And I know it's probably just not rocket science to anybody else, but I kind of had to sit with it for a second and be like, this is the reason why. So 2 weeks ago, my life was just hectic and I was just taken back by everything that was going on. Plus I left a lot of things behind and a lot of things that were just so a part of my life, cold turkey on top of that. Some people don't know this, okay? I've always been a person that's kind of late, okay? But I got a raise last year, and ever since I got that raise, I was like, nah, I'm about to be on time because I'm not gonna give anybody an excuse to fire me when I'm making good money, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of my mindset. During this process, like 2 weeks ago, I didn't have gravity. I didn't have stability. And, I was just kind of in this direction of like, okay, I set out to do something on YouTube and I'm just gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let everything go to the wayside. But then I was like, yo, I can't lose my job, you know what I'm saying? So, and now I found that stability, but the other part of it is my hair. Like, I have a problem with this. I don't wanna go outside bummy. The sense of the hats, there's still a side effect of bumminess to me. I know that sounds super funny, but it's a real thing because I can't stand it. I have to be at least some type of presentable when I go out these doors. Just a little bit. Moving on, I had a great day today. I had a 10-hour shift and I don't care about working whatsoever, but gotta go in, gotta make some cash out. The reason why today was so good is because somebody told me to listen to a book called Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, of all people. I'm not a huge fan. I can't tell you all the movies that he's ever done. I can't even remember the last movie I've seen him in, that type of thing. But somebody told me to listen to that book, and I just thought to myself, like, what could he offer me? And during my 10-hour shift, well, that's all I did today was listen to his book. And I mean, I was so invested that I didn't even want to talk to people today. Like, that's how good it was. I don't want to spoil everything for you guys, but the book is really good. Just on an introspection level. Like, that's what I think it is. Like, this guy at a young age, I just felt like just had awareness of intention, discipline, as well as integrity, introspection, like I said, and perspective. His life, that he had those qualities already, or traits, whatever you want to call them, and I was just fascinated that this country boy came from probably the most unlikely two parents in my eyes. This might be normal for other people, and it didn't seem like, they should have been together, but whatever they had going on, it didn't seem like it affected the kids, his brothers, because There was no girls. It was just him and his brothers. You know what I'm saying? And some of the core values that he believes in to this day, you know what I'm saying, is some things that his parents instilled in him was the first two is don't lie and don't get caught. Get punished for being caught for the action that he actually did and not the fact that he actually did that action. And then number two is don't lie, as in if you're gonna do this thing, you might as well just fess up and be a man about it or be a woman about it, I guess, and say that you did it and stand on what you actually did. And then the other one is don't say you can't, because can't means that you're allowing a barrier to be built in front of you that you can't pass through. Don't say you hate, but in particular, I think that his parents were talking about family for the most part. Don't say that you hate your brother, because words are damaging. And you don't ever want to say that you hate somebody that you love. With that, the awareness of intention, the discipline, the integrity, the introspection, and the perspective, you know what I'm saying? It's like he was already ready to go very early, you know? And it from his perspective of how he told his story, it just seemed like he was kind of wise before his time. The book is called Green Lights. And so basically he talks about, you know, you might get a yellow, you might get a red light, but green lights are ultimately what everybody's gonna have an opportunity to have. And green light, you have to have perspective, you have to position yourself, and as well, be ready for opportunity. And so throughout the whole entire time of me listening, it's just this man just hitting green lights over and over again. So just imagine that. You're driving down the road and you're not getting any red lights whatsoever. You have a clear path because you're always placing yourself kind of in the right spot for good things to happen to you. So you're kind of bending the world to your will, which is super, super dope, because the world will listen to you and get out of your way when you place intention and as well as say what you want from the universe. So I just feel like he keyed in on something like early. So also having direction and always trying to level up and trying to understand yourself like all the time. Like the stories that are in this book are crazy. 2 stories that I really love. He was supposed to go to college for a certain profession. I don't want to say what it is. And, you know, everybody was kind of banking on that in his family. He called his dad to like tell him he wants to, you know, basically get into film. And he called his dad and he was just like, yeah, so dad, I don't think I want to do that anymore. I think I want to do film, you know what I'm saying? I want to get into the film industry. And his dad waited for a second and was like, you sure you want to do that? And he's like, yeah, dad, I do. And he's like, well, okay, don't half-ass it. That was it. That was his way of his dad showing that he loved him, and then also like that he approved of what he was going to do. That was kind of like their rule of thumb in their family, was like, if you're going to do something, you do the shit out of that shit. Like, by all means, you know what I'm saying? He got the confirmation from his dad that, you know, it's okay that you go and do that and chase your dreams, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's so subtle, but I didn't have that. I love that story because I would just, that type of support, even though it's so subtle, is just so important, you know what I'm saying? So my dream was to become a chef, and I wanted to go to Johnson & Wells and all types of shit. I told my mom that, and she was like, yeah, you're probably just gonna get fat. You probably don't want to do that. And at a point in my life, I didn't need to hear that. And once I heard that, and I heard that I didn't have her approval, like, it just kind of killed that dream. You know what I'm saying? Right there in that kitchen. And I mean, she probably didn't know what she did in that moment, but I needed my mom to be like, yeah, that's a great idea. Go do that, son. By all means necessary. Go do that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have that. And Matthew did. It's a little off in my opinion, but they still supported him. At that moment in time, I needed that support from my parents, and I didn't get it, or specifically my mom at the time, you know, and that kind of just killed that dream right there. And I know you're probably thinking like, no, you still gotta chase your dreams, but it's like, you love your parents and you want to also make them proud and also make yourself happy, and sometimes that gets blurred, you know what I'm saying? You're like, nah, I kind of just gotta make them proud in whatever I do. And you know, and my dreams were never realized. My dreams were never realized in their eyes. So when I said I wanted to cook, or I wanted to do music, or I wanted to do this, that, and the third, it was just like, nah, that sounds cool as a hobby, but you should probably go into like nursing, or you should probably get into tech because tech is booming. And it's just like, but that's not the point though. The point isn't about what's in the now or what's happening. It's about what I actually want or what I'm actually dreaming about. Second thing that really caught my eye was the will of Matthew McConaughey as well. Later down the line, he didn't want to do romantic comedies anymore. And basically, that was his meal ticket. You know, he would do those, could probably do them in his sleep, and he was just like, no, I want to take on more challenging roles, and that means something to me, and also like I feel connected to, and I just don't want to do those anymore. He told the industry, the film industry, I'm not participating in that. And so integrity again, like he said, he passed on almost $10 million to do a romantic comedy, and he said no. He said no because he wanted to do something purposeful in his life. And he stayed out the game for almost 2 years to stand on what he believed in. And I'm like, that's all that really matters. And I think the person that you say that you want to be, you just got to be that person every single day. And you can't let anybody tempt that. Anything, anybody tempt that. And I just thought that was like super dope. And I think that this book came to me at the right time. You know, and I have a tendency of letting things pass me because I'm just not ready, or I'm not ready to listen, or whatever the case is. And you know, it took me a while to get to this, and it probably would have took me a lot longer if I didn't actually like intentionally think about it and be like, no, I should probably get to this. You know? So I think that the book came at the right time for me. Like, I want to set myself up for green lights and not allow myself to sit at stoplights or yield at the yellow lights. A couple of days ago, or a few days ago, when I was on the stream, you know, and I had jitters and I was nervous, and it took me almost 3 weeks to actually pull the trigger on that because I just thought I didn't have the presence necessarily to be on camera live and talk to people and respond and all that good stuff. And, you know, I had to swallow my pride and swallow my fear and just go do that. And so, in a way, Matthew McConaughey has been just leaping and leaping and leaping and leaping and positioning and changing perspective to be ready for those opportunities. And I think that's why it connected so much with me, and I think that's why it was also recommended to me as well. By the way, the book is filled with a whole bunch of gems. Like, he's just literally just throwing gems at you the whole entire book. It's not like, oh man, that was dope, that's mind-blowing. It's just about the fact that some people can have the same meaning to something, but somebody can say it in a completely different way that connects to you on another level. Glad I took the time today to get into it. So, all that being said, I just wanted to share that with you guys. That was the highlight of my day, and just going through that book. And I'll be revisiting it for sure because, like I said, there's tons of gems in there that everybody should get a taste of for sure. And again, that book is called Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. So my question for you guys today is, what you got for me? I would like everybody, please, everybody to chime in and give me some good recommendations on some books that have touched your life and helped you out in some way or shape or form. I would really like it. Send that my way. Hit me up in the comments with that. And that's the end of this video. You guys have a good night. Keep trucking. Keep on doing your ting. And I'm out of here.